Hello, everybody. Welcome. Hey, today we're going to cover fair housing. And this is going to just be a brief core thing that we need to keep in mind and stay focused on because we don't want to get any lawsuits on this. You know, it's passed in 68. You had to know all of these things to get your real estate license, right? Then what happens is we put it away. But the Federal Fair Housing Funds, FAFFH, which was really anyway, a past president's thing. Um, but it's to foster inclusive communities is what that's all about, which is having a harder time these days. Anyway, recent updates, things that we need to know about. On February 26th of 25, HUD announced the termination of the Biden era AFFH rule, which required jurisdictions to perform detailed demographics analysis and planning. It was requiring things that were affirming further fair housing that is not the case anymore. But doesn't mean that fair housing has gone away. It definitely has not. So, you know, there's an impact that is under review, and it's fun to see all of the differences that are going on in our day and age. But August, this is like this year, guys. Office to Management and Budget was doing this, and again, they're addressing practices which disproportionately affect protected classes, even without discriminatory intent. So we need to make sure that we're treating people right and that there is no discriminatory intent, of course, but also that it's not disproportionately, let's say that one 3 times fast, disproportionately affecting protected classes, right? So these are more key updates just continued. There's going to be several here. Real estate professional training requirement. We got to do the 2 hours training every 3 years, starting November 25. Guess what I need to do? I don't know about you guys, but Leah, double check that everybody has done their fair housing training, please. Everybody needs to. NAR fair housing training requirement is on every 1.5 million members to do this every 3 years. And it's going to reinforce awareness of biases, equal service obligations, and compliance with federal and state law. That's so important in what we do. We've never had any successful lawsuits. We don't want to. So action. Add this to your license renewal or professional development calendar, guys. Okay? It's important. D, fair housing posting for lenders. The Office of Comptroller of the Currency, bulletin, updates, equal housing lender, poster template. They've got to put these posters out and everything and make sure that they are also following these things to the letter of the law. Proposed legislative expansions, things we don't want them to expand because it makes it tough. A bill, the Fair Housing Equal Act 2025, was introduced to amend the FHA to include sexual orientation and gender identity. We need to know that there are different protections that have been restored and claimed to have been eliminated by earlier administrative actions. So that's what that's about. Dues. Ensure non-discrimination, guys, for all of the reasons that you know. Stay up to date on training. You know you've got to know what the NAR requirements are for us. Maintain appropriate posters and notices. We have these in our office. Document your process. This we have in documentation in our training program files that are here in the office, as well as just our policy and procedures manual. Monitor legislative regulatory change. That's what we're doing today, even and updating each other because we want to make sure these things are good. And we want to make sure that there is no impact or rules, protections for the LGBTQ plus. Just stay alert to new rules, guys. That's the big thing. We need to be non-discriminatory. Don'ts. Don't assume you're exempt simply because the AFFH detailed tool is gone. The duty to fair housing just still exists. That's the bottom line. Don't treat requests from applicants with disabilities or families with children any differently to make reasonable accommodations when needed. So we need to make sure that we don't rely on outdated guidance also. That's why it's important that we review these things check currently with HUD. It might be tough right now. I didn't check this morning on can we even get through on some of these things. And we know the government shutdown has affected various things. Don't delay updating forms, trainings, or notices because we're waiting for future changes. In many cases, the law is already enforceable. The current law is enforceable, guys. That's all there is to it. So that's why we're doing a training to go through this again. So, and a quick wrap up. Core statute, Fair Housing Act, 1968, prohibits discrimination, requires affirmative furthering. What's changed? The AFFH rule was rescinded. That's gone. And yeah, we need to make sure we have the new training for real estate professionals and posters, things like that in place to make sure we take care of protected classes. Practice implications, non-discrimination remains critical. Training and documentation matter. Stay current with regs, update your compliance materials. This is for all of us. I hope you guys have a great day.